I have never been a big golf person. I just don't really find it to be all that exciting. But I have to say that the golf scenes in Stick, which this show is about golf, I have never been more riveted by the sport in my entire life. When I first heard about the show, I thought, okay, maybe this is going to be the Ted Lasso of golf. All I knew was that it had Owen Wilson, it was a comedy, and it was premiering on Apple TV+. Apple TV+ delivers some of the best streaming television content, and when I knew that they were attached, I was like, okay, this must be pretty good. So when I got the chance to check out the whole season, I was like, let's give it a shot. And this show completely blew me away. I was in love with it very early on, and I didn't want it to end. This show was just an absolute delight. I will admit, watching the first episode, I wasn't crazy about the show. I knew exactly where it was going. I didn't think the comedy was really working for me. But what I did see was a inspirational and uplifting story. Like, it set the building blocks for that. The show was co-created by Jason Keller, one of the screenwriters of Ford v Ferrari. That's a very inspirational, sports-heavy movie, so I knew when I saw his name attached, I was like, okay, I think this show has promise because of that. But what left me speechless, honestly, with this show, at the end of the first episode, they do a montage of sorts. Without getting into spoilers, it is one of the most memorable and emotional moments of TV that I can remember that I've seen in a long time. It's simplistic. It's simply Owen Wilson going back and looking at old videos from his child's life. And I was struggling holding back the emotions, honestly. And I knew that from there, this show was going to be something special because it really just showed where the heart lies in this show, what it really was going to be on an emotional level, on a deeper level other than just a golf comedy, an inspirational TV show about someone being an underdog. Beneath that, a subtle but very powerful exploration of grief. It hits you deeply, and I can't personally relate to the specifics of it, but we all as humans can relate to losing someone. And especially if you are a viewer that can relate to Owen Wilson's character, I think that this show is going to really be a gut punch. But me kind of pitching that makes it sound like it's this depressing show. It could not be farther from that. It has very emotional moments, but this is a comedy, and this show is very funny. By the third episode, I was genuinely just laughing along at every joke. Like I said, it kind of had a rocky start, but I really just found it to be very funny after that. The ensemble here is excellent. I really would love to see some awards love for this show, particularly Owen Wilson, who this might be my favorite performance of his in his career thus far. I can't really think of another one that I found to just be as great as this one.
Wow.
He carries that emotional weight of the character with the comedic beats very well. Like, he can do them both, and he juggles it really well. It blends together just extremely well. And the bond between his character and Santi, the golf prodigy played by Peter Dager, the setup is right there early on because you know where their bond is going to form. That doesn't hold it back from making it all the more just compelling and effective. Dager was great. Mariana Treviño as his mother, you really just feel for her and how she just wants to keep her son protected. I saw a lot of my mom in this character. Many of us will be able to relate to her. I think she just delivers that motherly connection really well. And in particular, the supporting work from Marc Maron I thought was just excellent. For whatever reason, he has never been an actor that really stood out to me, but this role just completely sold me on him as an actor, and I want to see more of him. He has this grumpiness, but at the same time, this is a character who you can tell really cares for the people around him, and you really just find yourself falling for him. When the character of Zero was introduced, I wasn't crazy about them. I found the character to feel, honestly, fairly entitled and annoying. But then when you start to see, once again, another bond grow in this show, the bond between Zero and Santi, it is a relationship that you just can't help but fall in love with. It's charming and it's romantic, and it captures the young love, the magic of your first love and just being young. Timothy Oliphant, who kind of plays this douchey character that Owen Wilson has a history with, I thought his supporting work too was great. And like I mentioned earlier, I found golf exciting in this show. I have never really been one to find golf exciting at all. I obviously know it's a sport that requires a lot of patience, and I always want myself to enjoy it more than I actually do, but I gotta be honest, After watching Stick, I feel a sudden urge to go back out on the course and give golf another shot. I actually had chills watching moments of golf, and I was on the edge of my seat, and I think that just goes to show you from the director's perspective, really capturing the magic that they see in golf. And then as a viewer, you see what they see in golf. There's also just so many crowd-pleasing moments. It knows exactly how to win an audience over. Moments that feel like a warm hug. Don't get me wrong, it can be fantastical. Like when you get to especially the final episode, you're like, there's no way that could happen. How is he doing X, Y, and Z? There are times where he's on the golf course, and especially if you as a viewer know more about golf, you're probably gonna be like, what the hell? Like, that's too ridiculous. But that's something I can put to the side. It is television after all. They kind of have to build the suspension of disbelief there. Back to my sentiment that I said earlier, how I thought this was going to be the Ted Lasso of golf. I think that it fits well in that place. I don't want to compare it because they are different shows, but they have similar flavors to them, that being a sports show. But they have really powerful underlying emotional themes. They pack heart and comedy into the mix. So that's why they kind of are a good comparison. The show is charming, it's heartwarming, it's emotional. I fell in love with the characters and the cast as a whole. The storytelling was compelling, albeit predictable. The ending, you know exactly where it's going to go. Most of this show is predictable. I personally could put that to the side though and just enjoy the show. I'm always down for an uplifting, crowd-pleasing show or movie. I need more of this absolutely delightful series. I hope that it gets picked up for a season 2, and I think that there's more story to tell. I'm going to give Stick Season 1 an A-, and I'd say that this show is a must-watch. And it's a must-watch for anyone. I think that regardless of gender, ethnicity, whatever it may be, this is a show that can connect with anyone. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. I want to thank you so much for watching this review. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben. People call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.